The F-22 Raptor is often described as the most powerful air superiority fighter ever built. And in many ways, that is true. It represents a level of aerial dominance that few aircraft in history have ever approached. Yet its story is not what many assume. It has never fought another fifth-generation fighter. It has never faced the enemy it was specifically designed to annihilate. The story of the F-22, therefore, is not a story of failure or a tale of unproven potential. It is a story of strategic timing, of a weapon perfected for a conflict that vanished before the first shot was fired. The F-22 was born from the crucible of the Cold War. Conceived in its final, tense years, the Advanced Tactical Fighter program was a direct response to a very specific and anticipated future. The United States and its allies looked across the Iron Curtain and saw the next generation of Soviet air power rising aircraft like the Su-27 and IG-29. These were formidable machines, challenging the West's long-held technological edge in the sky. The Pentagon concluded that its existing fleet, including the venerable F-15 Eagle, would eventually be outmatched. A new paradigm was needed. The mission was clear: achieve absolute air dominance before the enemy even knows the war has truly begun. This was not about dogfighting, it was about preemption. To fulfill this mission, the F-22 was endowed with an unprecedented combination of capabilities. Its design philosophy centered on four key pillars: stealth, supercruise, maneuverability, and integrated avionics. Stealth was paramount, allowing the Raptor to penetrate deep into contested airspace, undetected by enemy radar. Supercruise, the ability to sustain supersonic flight without the use of fuel-guzzling afterburners, meant it could close distances and choose its engagements at will. Thrust vectoring engines gave it agility that defied the laws of traditional aerodynamics. But most importantly, its advanced sensors and data fusion were designed to give its pilot a godlike awareness of the battle space. The F-22 was not designed to support ground troops in the way an A-10 or F-16 does. It was a purebred air-to-air killer, a silver bullet forged to erase the enemy's air force in the opening phase of a high-intensity war. After that, once the skies were sanitized, other, more conventional aircraft would take over to prosecute the rest of the campaign. Then, history took an unexpected turn. The Berlin Wall fell. The Soviet Union collapsed. And with it, the very war the F-22 was built to fight evaporated. The massive peer-to-peer conflict that had defined global military strategy for half a century was over. The United States found itself in a unipolar world, facing new kinds of threats: regional conflicts, counterinsurgency operations, and asymmetric warfare. In this new reality, the F-22's highly specialized, exquisite capabilities suddenly seemed almost too much. It became a solution to a problem that no longer existed. It was too expensive, too complex, and too focused for the messy, low-intensity battlefields of Iraq and Afghanistan. The strategic conversation in defense circles began to change. The question was no longer simply, how do we win the skies against a peer competitor? It evolved into a much broader and more complex question: how do we manage the entire battlefield as an integrated system? This required a different kind of tool. If the F-22 represents the absolute peak of traditional air superiority thinking, a philosophy focused on kinetic destruction, the F-35 Lightning II represents the shift toward information dominance. The F-35 was conceived not just as a fighter, but as a flying sensor node, a quarterback in the sky designed to gather, process, and distribute critical data to every other asset on the battlefield, from ships and ground forces to other aircraft. In this new doctrine, destroying a target is just one option. Knowing where every target is and sharing that information across the network is the true power. This contrast defines the two aircraft. The F-22 wins battles with unmatched lethality. The F-35 manages wars with pervasive situational awareness. One is a specialist assassin. The other is a network administrator with weapons. The F-22 was designed to ensure no enemy aircraft could challenge it. The F-35 was designed to ensure every friendly asset is more effective, informed, and lethal. The decision to truncate F-2 to production at just 187 operational airframes while committing to thousands of F-35s reflects this fundamental shift in military thought. It was not a rejection of the Raptor's capability, but an acknowledgement that the nature of warfare itself had transformed. The F-22 was never obsolete. It remains, to this day, the world's most capable air-to-air fighter. But it was built for a moment in history that passed faster than anyone expected. It is a monument to a war that never came, a ghost of a conflict averted. Its true legacy is not found in a tally of aircraft it destroyed, but in the technological and strategic lessons it taught. It pioneered the operational use of stealth, it redefined the possibilities of sensor fusion, and it set the benchmark for what a fifth-generation fighter could be. Those lessons did not die with its production line. They were absorbed, refined, and are now shaping the next generation of air power, ensuring that whatever the future of conflict may hold, its echoes will be felt.